Yes, yes, yes. You know what time it is. We are live, very much so, getting connected to the dialer, and I'm ready to start making calls. So, 4 out of 5 days this week is when I make calls. Now,
You are currently the only person in this conference.
that's what I wanted to hear. That means I'm connected to my dialer. And that means that when I press play, I'll start going through. So, I've made 700 calls on my list so far. 1 second. And I've gotten 4 listings from it. So you tell me what's a fact. Don't get seduced by the shiny objects out there telling you do not have to prospect. You have to prospect to grow your business. Even if you buy leads, you're going to have to call somebody eventually. So you might as well cut out the middleman. Get your list by clicking the link down below. Use discount code Wallace for 15% off, and you can start prospecting literally tomorrow. And I can guarantee you'll probably end up having a listing by next week. So without further ado, I want to jump into this. But first thing I want to say is something that I'm realizing about prospecting with absentee owners that's really, really cool to me is that it cuts down on the time that you have to spend out on the road. Now, I tend to go around the new listings that I get and do some door knocking and things like that too. But because these people don't live in the homes, a lot of times what you're doing is you're either presenting to them over the phone. You can also do a video conference through Zoom or something like that, which down the line is something that I'm going to start to implement into that as well, just to get that person to person interaction. But because I also send a video text message to people, putting a face with the name and thanking them for talking to me, they know kind of what I look like and put a name with the voice, a face with the voice, and everything else as well. So, but you really can build yourself a virtual listing business where you can potentially be able to do this from anywhere. You obviously will want to go see the property and things like that. But again, from working with listings and working with buyers, you're constantly always on the road and going places and putting miles and miles and miles on your car. If that's how you work, great. I like to do things a little bit more efficiently, and this is a good way to do so. The listings that I tend to get from absentee owners, I can schedule them out. So because a lot of times the people that tend to want to sell like right now and are ready to are typically people that have their houses rented out, and those have lease terms. And what they'll tell me is that once the lease is up and the people are going to move out, they like to put their property on the market or at least have a closing date soon after that so that they don't have to pay another month of mortgage. So what's really awesome about that is that just on Monday or Tuesday, I called somebody who said they wanted to have their home on the market by the end of June because their tenants were moving out. And then also the other 3 people that I did are listings that are set out for June, July, and August, getting those set up and ready to go. So I have a calendar being booked up with listings, not just listing appointments, but actual listings, because I've already spoken to the people. I've already told them the way that I work and how I'm going to work with them and what I'm going to do for them. And now we just sit back and wait, and I keep in contact with them by calling every couple of weeks, sending them emails and keep them updated on the market up until they're in through the time that their listing goes on the market. So look, build your business, be a professional. It's a way to build a professional real estate practice, something that's predictable and consistent over time. The Compound Effect, as you can see, is one of the books that have absolutely changed the way that I view and look at doing business. I've tried everything. That's why I say don't be seduced by the shiny objects, because I've tried throwing money at social media ads. I've tried just going through direct marketing or direct mail marketing and things like that. There is a place for direct mail marketing for your just listed, just sold postcards, personal letters to neighbors once you get a listing, and constantly keeping in contact with a general farm around your listings and things like that. But honestly, what I find to be most impactful and most effective is this. So do me a favor, click that link, use discount code Wallace for 15% off your list. All you have to do is input your zip codes that you want to use. It'll tell you how many potential leads you can get. And guys, I'm getting cell phone numbers. Like, these are all cell phone numbers. And the way that I know that is because when I load them up into my CRM and send them a text message, it's going through. It's not getting kicked back. So we're getting cell phone numbers. We're able to reach people when they're out and about and doing things. And right now, I'm going to start making these calls. So listen to my script, copy it, do it. You get more and more comfortable the more you do it. I like to practice on my prospects. My script has changed even over the week, but I'm starting to settle into one that I'm just going to start using over and over again. And until I get through this list, clean it up, start all over again, start calling people again. And that's how it works. So you heard me get connected. So directly from this list, I'm going to be signing a listing contract on Monday for a new listing. It's just how it goes. But here we go. I've pressed play on the dialer. I am in, and we're off to the races. Just going to close down a couple of things. And right now I'm going to focus on this. Smile and dial. Let's go. Coffee and dial too.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 612. Hello?
Oh, hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm calling about 16726 Joplin Way. Do you own that property?
Correct.
Hi, well, I won't take up too much of your time. I just wanted to know if you would consider selling the property if it made sense for you.
If we're willing to sell?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? No,
Yeah.
We're not interested.
Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, if you ever do decide to sell, do you have an agent that you're working with?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
My nephew's actually an agent, and I've got a bunch of friends, so yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for taking my call.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, yep. Bye.
Easy enough. Very similar to a circle prospecting script.
Has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
That was the first one, and they weren't too mean. I like it.
Hello, you have reached Kim Freetake and the office of Kim Freetake, sign language interpreter. Oh, sure.
Oh, hi. My name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 12952 Echo Lane here in Apple Valley. Do you own that property?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, hey, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to know if you would consider selling the property if it made sense for you.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Not right now. I got you. Well, hey, if you ever do decide to sell, would you do you have an agent that you normally work with?
No, I'm not going to sell anything. I'd rather buy more.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. If anything ever changes for you, I'll mail you my information in the mail. If anything changes, you can always reach out to me. That sound good?
All right, thanks.
All right. Appreciate it. So what I do with that, I consider that to be a cold lead. So one thing is you're not going to actually convince anyone to sell their property. So I don't push to say, oh yeah, it's a great market. You're going to miss out. You're going to do all that. I don't do that. You heard him on the phone. He was pretty short. He just said that he was not going to be selling anything, really ever. I always say never, but at the time, all that means is that he's not thinking about it at all right now. That is the home that he has is a townhouse. I know exactly where it is, and it's probably giving him some good cash flow right now. But what I do is I put this over into my CRM, and I'm going to put him on a task list to call every 2 months and just check in on him, see how things are going, if anything changes. The reason why I say every 2 months because if it's a rental property, he might end up getting some sort of notification or communication that his tenants are ready to move out. And at that point, thinking about where the market is and things like that, he might end up wanting to sell it at that point. So from there, when I'm calling every 2 months, and it's all I'm simply asking on the follow-up call is, hey, this is Blake. I sent you my information a little while ago. Just wanted to see if anything's changed for you since the last time we spoke. Very simple, very simple. No. Sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't. But whatever, I put them in there. So I'm writing down the information now because what I do is I go back later and put them on the plan in my CRM. So I mark it down, mark that as a cold lead. And so the reason why I mark it as a cold lead in here is because then what I'll do is I'll go in and I can filter my list by going that route and pull up all my cold leads and run the campaign on that. Let me get back into this. Let's keep going. So that's one. So I schedule time out in my calendar to update my CRM and make sure everything is good. So once I do that, then I'll enter that in. I'll write them a thank you note and send it over with my business card in there. And that's it. And then I'll call them from there. And every time I call them, I'll send another card. Keeps you top of mind.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. Was calling about 4909 93rd Way. Do you own that property?
Well, what could I help you with?
Yeah, I won't take up too much of your time. I just wanted to know if you would consider selling that property if it made sense for you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Gotcha. Would you, if you ever thought about selling, do you have an agent you'd work with? Oh, that's cool. I ain't got to finish that. Not interested. That's cool. One less note from you to write.
Has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
What happens here is what you have to understand is you got to go into this without any expectations of any result. You have to enjoy the process. So this is the part that I enjoy because I'm here. I'm standing up now. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm calling about 1210 West 31st Street. Do you own that property?
I do, yeah. I mean, we're realtors unless you've got somebody who's really hot on it. Who could offer, we wouldn't consider it.
Gotcha. Okay, you are an agent. Well, no, I'm just calling to find some people to help, man. How's the business going for you so far?
Fine. I mean, we just buy and sell our own rentals is all. So we haven't been, we kind of hang on to them for a while.
That makes sense. All right. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for taking my call, man. I'll update my records here.
All right, bye.
Appreciate it. Kind of debating right now whether or not I wanted to just kind of like mark that as a wrong number. If you're calling another real estate agent, they kind of buy and hold their own properties. Great plan for them. Just not a high probability lead for me. So I take them off the list. The question to you, have you made your calls today? Tell me that. But you see, it's just a matter of talking to people. When you're talking to people, it doesn't really matter. Like they're
Has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
what
6,
you need to be
1,
having
2, 4.
is as many conversations as you can. Get rid of that. You need to be having as many conversations as you can with buyers and sellers. Let me do this. My cell phone connects up to my laptop. I don't want that interrupting the audio. You just need to be having these conversations with people. These are the best people to have a conversation with. I mean, I'm sitting here doodling while I do this or whatever. Afterwards, I'll service a couple of other listings that I have going on right now. I've got a closing next week. And then I do this. It can be really simple. And it's not expensive. My dialer costs me $130 a month. Outside of other...
You have reached Jim Stremel. Please leave a message.
Outside of the other expenses of doing business, maintaining your license and things like that, then you can run a profitable business just by doing this alone. The other expenses that I have are just marketing listings. And that's it. And then marketing, this is free on YouTube. And this is for agents. This isn't even to bring in like buyer and seller leads. I don't find social media or anything like that to be effective for getting buyer and seller leads necessarily. I feel like it's more of a recruiting thing. So as a broker, eventually I'll be looking.
Please leave your message after the tone. Thank you.
I'll be looking to grow my business with agents eventually, and using this format, letting people know, seeing the human side of the business and going this route, I believe will bring in the kind of agents that I want to work with on my agency. So if you're ever interested, let me know. Just kind of getting things worked out right now. Having my own brokerage is new since February. Right now, I'm just kind of working as a solo agent, building up my listing inventory and going from there.
Hi, you've reached Rose Ryan's cell phone. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I'm going to pause really quick. I don't leave voicemails anymore. Once upon a time I did. If you go back and see some of my other videos, you'll see that I was leaving voicemails. The one thing that I kind of mix in with this is a concept called high probability selling, where basically your script needs to be within 30 to 40 words long. In order to do that, introduce yourself, let them know the property you're calling for, and get your question out the way. Say yes or no. If they're willing to stay on with you and give their information for you to keep in contact, great. I don't go for emails anymore for people that are not interested or anything like that. I just tell them I'm going to mail my information, because my plan is I'm just going to keep calling it. People are pretty sensitive about their email these days. So every time I call, they'll get a thank you note with my business card. So they'll just kind of keep on getting hit with that every single time, plus the video text message. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that, to where not leaving that voicemail means that you're not going to become a nuisance. Like, they see your number, they see that you left a voicemail, they see all you want to do is try to see if they're going to sell their property or something like that. So every time that they hear from another agent that pesters them or whatever, and they kind of think about you being the person that you were not a nuisance to them. and it just builds your credibility over and over and over again. And just being direct and going that way, people have a shorter attention span these days. It just is what it is. Now I'm dialing slowly through this. If I made more contacts in a given day, I would get much better results. And don't worry, and like I will start to make more.
Please leave your message for
I will start to make more and more contacts as we go along. I like this way because it allows me to keep myself organized and kind of going that way. I'm not really a fan of doing the multi-line dialing.
Hello, you've reached Helen's voicemail. I'm sorry I can't cut.
Not really a fan of doing the multi-line dialing anymore, just because the way that it calls and calls people back. I might go back to it and just dial like 2 numbers at a time instead of 3, and then keep the auto pause on so I can do my updates. But right now I'm gonna continue to work through it this way, and just kind of go slowly through my list. See how long it takes me to get through, and then maybe the next time through I'll start dialing 2 at a time. But the key that I'm saying is the more contacts you make, obviously, the more opportunities you get to take a listing. So right now I'm dialing 1 line and it gets me through 100 calls. Hello?
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Wayne Barthel. Please leave a message.
It'll get me through about 100 calls in an hour. And honestly, I do like 45, 50 minutes on, go ahead and take a break, do that. If I do more than 1 call session in a day, then I can probably get through 200 calls. If I do the dual line, I'll get through that 200, 250 calls in just an hour. So give me more opportunities to go there. Plus I'll keep that. I always, like, it'll keep going if you don't do the auto pause. But as you see, I like to write down the information so I can pull it over to my CRM. And obviously with the multi-line, I could be overthinking it. Maybe people don't really mind, but I just get a sense that when he calls and they don't hear anything on the line and then the same number calls them directly back, you can hear that sense of like, what do you want?
You've reached 612-423-6497. Please leave me a message.
Man, Grant Park condo.
Please leave your message for 612-423-8646.
See if we can get a few more people to answer today.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 15015 Derby Circle. Do you own that property? As in not interested. Get straight to it. Sometimes I might think I'm a recording. I'm a real person. I've had somebody answer the phone and be like, "Are you real?"
Hello?
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. Was calling about 2917 East 24th Street. Do you still own that property?
Yeah, we're not interested in selling. Thanks.
Gotcha. Thank you. I told you I'm just sitting here doodling, waiting for somebody to answer.
The mobile subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone. You reached Carol on the marquee, leave a new number, and get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks.
What? What did she say?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 61.
What happened there? Come on, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, please.
Hello, this is Jared.
Hi, Jared. My name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. Was calling about your property on 2162 Cool Stream Circle. Do you still own that property?
No, I sold it like 2 years ago.
Oh, gotcha. All right. I'll update my information here, man. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Please leave your message for 6124.
I ain't even seen how many calls I done got through. I think I only been dialing for like 25 minutes or something. I've gotten through almost 50 calls already. Then I'll run my numbers because what I'm looking at is a contact rate for the overall list. So making sure that I disposition everything the right way before I revamp my list and do everything. I want to get a contact rate of at least 65 to 70%.
If you know me, then you know I don't answer the phone anymore. So reach out via text, email, or any of the social.
Okay, smart ass.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm calling about 7932 Douglas Drive. Do you still own that property?
calling people. I'm not interested in whatever it is you got going on.
Okay, thank you. Some people are like that. Don't take it personal. Hey, are you just cold calling people? I absolutely am. I absolutely am. But look, when I call him back another time and he's thinking about selling, he'll be ready to talk. It's totally different. People are selfish. During this time, they'll question and judge and everything you're doing. Are you just cold calling people? Yeah, I am. That just means he's not interested in selling right now. Get that one out of there. If he was interested and he heard that I was a real estate agent, his tone would have been different. But then some people are just jerks. You come across all kind of people when you do that. Damn. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sitting there just doodling shapes and making calls. That's what it is. And click that link for your 15% off. Use discount code Wallace. Get these leads. Do it consistently, you will get people to. You'll get your listing opportunities. Here's one thing that I'll tell you is when you get, like, if you've been watching, you heard the call like that, if you're not making enough contacts in a day, hello?
The Republic Wireless member you have called is not available. Please leave a message.
Contacts that when people react to you that way, it'll bother you more, but that's because you're not making enough contacts. You got to make more contacts and then you can brush that off. Because what you want to do is get through to people like that in order to get to the people that are just going to say yes. The chances are, if he had said yes, I've not worked with people because they were jerks. So if he was a jerk overall when I met with them, or if he did say yes, it'd be somebody I just wouldn't work with.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press.
Stuff like this is just, to me, it's just too easy. It's too easy. Too easy. Like, why would you do anything else? Honestly, you do a little social media like I do. I do a little social media. Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 4190 Hilltop Lane. Do you still own that property?
I do not.
Gotcha. All right. I'll update my information here. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You too. It's going to look like I got like a bunch of not interesteds in here. The thing that happens is, like, you mark it as, maybe I won't even mark it as wrong number. I'll just keep it as not interested. Sometime or whatever. But in the dialer, when you mark it as a wrong number, it clears out all the information so you can update it. Yeah, but then you have to mark it as like not interested. So I'll change that on the fly so it's not looking like I just have a ton of empty leads. Man, I'm sitting here drawing shapes, man. This is too easy. Like, why? What other way of getting leads? Otherwise, unless you want to put something out there, pay thousands of dollars for it, and then sit back and wait. Be proactive, man. Go get your leads. Go get your listings. Start making these calls. Honestly.
Minneapolis, please. Hello?
Did you say Minneapolis police?
No. What can I do for you?
Oh, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 2512 14th Avenue. Do you still own that property?
Yeah, we're not interested. We're not going to sell anything the rest of the year until next year.
Gotcha. Do you have an agent you'll work with when you think about selling it next year?
We work with Watermark out in, where is it, Minnetonka.
Out in Minnetonka. Okay.
But you can give us a call. Give us a call in January.
Give you a call in January. Will do. Thanks so much for taking my call
Mhm.
today.
Mhm.
So look, they're selling next year, so I'll take that. They said to give them a call in January. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it right here to give a call in January. Just going to take down all the information. I'm going to still mark it as a cold lead, only because they said they have an agent that they work with out of Minnetonka, but he barely knew who it was, right? And the reason why that's going to be a cold lead is because I'm sure at that time, it'll warm up to a warm lead or whatever. But I'm going to need to nurture that, right? So what does that mean? Keep giving a call every couple months or so. Keep sending the business card. By the time they get to January and they want to sell, then that'll be the time where they'll already know who I am. So they're going to get a thank you card in the mail, right? They're going to get my video text message. They're going to get my bi-monthly phone call, which is going to be very simple, to the point. Now, when they say call in January, right? I put that in the notes here, but January is about 6-7 months out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm probably going to give them a call in October or November, which they're also still going to get the call from me bi-monthly. But when somebody says they want to do that, they'll start thinking about it a little bit more in a couple of months leading up to that specific date. So I'm going to put it pretty much exactly like 6 months from now in this dialer in order to do that. But what they're going to still get is they're going to still get entered into my CRM, and they're still going to get that bi-monthly call. And then when I call in, I set it to give them a call in November. So I'm going to get multiple reminders to give this person a call. When you hear people like that, so there's not a lot of emotion tied to the property that they're selling, because if it's an investment, so they're going to work with the person that puts the most money in their pocket. And that's just the bottom line. So a lot of times they will be interviewing other agents, or they'll potentially have people that have expressed an interest in the property. So when you call, you just have that conversation. What is your plan? You're going to go with the iBuyer? You're going to go with an agent? You got people interested? That's it. See, answer the phone. It sounded like it said Minneapolis police. I mean, look, you have to be pretty straightforward with people when you're doing this because you don't want to waste their time or yours. So I got a couple more minutes on this before I need to jump into another conference call, but I got 2 solid leads, 2 cold leads today is what I would consider those. One that's going to be looking at doing something next year. So again, I always like to have my stuff set up so I'm not worried about where my business is coming from. The more you do this, the more you can have your business set up for the future.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Blake. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about 19069 Orchard Trail. Do you own that property? That's cool. I'm going to end on that note. Like I said, click that link in the description. Discount code Wallace for 15% off your first list. These leads work. I got 2 cold leads today. This week I got a hot lead that I'm going to be signing a listing contract on for Monday. And I already have 3 other listings that are signed up just from calling this list. And I'm only about a quarter of the way through the list itself. It's just a great way to build a business. Just do it. Just do what you got to do, right? Don't be seduced by the shiny objects. Those shiny objects are all the social media influencer style marketing for real estate. It just doesn't have that much of a place in real estate. You're not going to get that many listing and buyer leads through social media. Now, keeping in contact with your sphere of influence through social media, yes. Letting people know that you're working, yes. You might get some referrals from that, but you're not going to go out and just blanket a message out to the masses and start getting people to call you through social media. Go to the people that want to sell. Go to the people that might want to sell. Get yourself a good list and do it. So click that link. Get 15% off the list when you use discount code Wallace. Make sure that you put in your zip codes. Make sure that you have the amount of leads that you need. I would suggest building your list up to 3,500. Once you get that, you're good. You're set. You can just clean that list up over and over again and keep on prospecting. So anyway, thanks for watching.